treat you wrong, don't take it personal, baby. Personal, baby. Personal, baby. Personal, baby. Hey guys, welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, season 7, episode 6. Give you a little shimmy if you're watching over on YouTube. Truly appreciate you guys for subscribing to my channel. We are this close to 9,000 subscribers. And obviously you guys are not trolling me because you still are here listening. Again, like I said, make sure y'all leave a review. Tell them how much you like hanging with your girl every Friday at 7 a.m. EST. Let them know what you enjoy about this podcast. I love being able to share all of my knowledge with you guys. I love being able to just come on and be myself and, share what I've learned, share what not to do, and it's okay. I'm honest. I'm super honest about anything that goes on in my life. I'm kind of like an open book. But this is what this is for. I think sharing my experiences with you guys, letting you know that I made the mistakes. You might make the mistakes. We all make mistakes. I think it's more so about what we can learn from it. Today, we're going to talk about the tools I use in my business. I think I did something like this a while ago. Since then, I feel like I use a lot more different tools just because I'm trying to move myself off of social media so I can just really truly focus on processing orders and creating dope products and scaling my brand even more. I'm trying to, reach 1 million sales on Etsy, or I'm trying to get to 1,000 sales on Redbubble and TeePublic and have consistent months. That is my goal. We're going to talk about those tools. And also we're going to talk about what I'm watching on TV. I feel like everybody needs a little recommendation of something new to watch, something new to check out. And at this point, I'd be home and I just be watching TV while I'm working and I see stuff. It inspires me. I don't leave the house much anymore because when I deal with social stuff nowadays, I have to come back and replenish. And it takes a while for me to get back where I need to be. I have very much so limited my social activity other than getting out with my kids and my immediate family. You guys know what time it is. Our first rapid fire question of the day is, what habits are holding you back from success? The habit of me. The habit of me hating on me. That's what's holding me back. I am my biggest critic. I am holding myself back. I am my worst enemy. You've probably heard this before, but me holding me back. Me. Get it together, sis. Stop holding yourself back. And that's just me talking to me. And now I'm going to look in the camera and I'm going to say, Cinquanta, stop holding yourself back. You are bomb. You are intelligent. You are magnificent. You are a creative mind. God made you perfectly in his eyes. Go out there and be great. So from this day forward, I plan on being super great. Okay. Every now and then we need a pep talk. The second rapid fire question of the day is, if you inherited a private jet from a stranger, what would you do with it? I'm going to load up me and my 80,000 cousins and we going to jet set. Okay. That includes, I can even take a trip with the aunties and uncles because all of them are crazy. And I know I'll have a good time. So private jet equals mad family reunions, family trips, and just non-stop fun. All of my cousins are bosses. So we won't have an issue with who's going to pay for what. And we're just going to have a good time. We're going to jet set. I'm sure most of them got their passports. So we're going wherever the wind blows that month. We are going to go ahead and get into our topic today. And we're going to talk about the tools I use in my business. And number one, Canva. I use Canva to design t-shirts, design podcast graphics, to design my life. I have a calendar on Canva that I use to block off all of my YouTube videos and plan it out. Yes, I have a whiteboard up there, but for some reason, going into Canva and checking them off just seems, realistic to me. I'm always on there anyway. I use it to create journal interiors, journal covers, Canva, I use Canva all day, every day, probably 50 times a day. And I make sure I pay my bill faithfully, because without Canva, there's no me. I could teach a class on Canva, actually. But the second most two apps that I use right now is Planoly, because I schedule all of my posts. Every now and then I'll throw a little random sprinkle in there, but right now all of my posts are scheduled through January, just because it helps me. It helps me to stay consistent when I really don't want to be on Instagram other than looking at y'all stuff and double tapping. Like, I really don't want to do anything. I have turned into the people that I kind of don't like. I've turned into a people watcher. So I just be scrolling and double tapping and liking on Facebook and sharing every now and then. You'll catch me in the comments every now and then, but not too much. I'll pop up in my stories maybe once or twice a week, if that. It's hard out here being everything to your business. It's very hard. The second most thing that I use next to Planoly is Descript. I use it to edit my videos. I use it to edit my podcast. I can extract the audio and I can extract the video. It's amazing. I can take out all of the every time I say, and so I say so a lot. So I take all of those so's out because I say it a lot. And then I also say, okay, so a lot as well. So this, and I keep doing it. That's why a lot of times when you listen to the podcast, you don't hear all of those like breaks. It's pretty seamless because I'm editing those gaps, those the everything. It's just so amazing. And it like edit out the filler words that you use, like so and things like that, to help you make things more seamless. Also, I use an Apple app called Video Shop. I use it mostly on my iPad when I'm like editing videos for YouTube. Like when I want to add the words and things to the podcast video, I use Video Shop on my iPad. And then I also use it to cut, splice, and make like the little snippets that I do as well. When I want to do like a picture in a picture, I use Video Shop. Like if I'm doing a review for something and I try the outfit on while I'm talking about it, I can add that in there. It's like $3.99 a month. I've been using it for years now, kind of sort of since I've been on YouTube, like vlogging and stuff. I use it. It's been really good for me. I like it. The next thing that's super important to me, so when I'm doing these videos and I'm screen recording, I use a platform called Ice Cream Screen Record. And I bought the license. Whenever I switch computers, I can go back in my email, get the license for that, and I can still use it on each device. It has like, you can screenshot stuff and you can screen record. It's never failed me. When I first started using it, I didn't have enough money to have the yearly or the license. I used to record 5-minute videos because that's all you were allowed with the free version. You can only, now I can record 30-minute long videos when I'm on the computer, going over these different sites. It's pretty much been a staple in what I do when it comes to my print on demand tutorials. Using Google Drive paired with my hard drive are places that I keep important files and easy to upload. If there's like something that's too big for my email to take from the iPad to the laptop, from the email, I use my Google Drive to upload between different devices. And then of course my hard drive, I kind of upload stuff to it at the end of each day in different folders just to keep myself organized. Something that I just started using since I decided to video record this season of the podcast, when I use my iPad, sometimes these videos are too long. I had to find something that I could take the videos off of my iPad and put it on my laptop. Now, I'm sure you would say, well, maybe you could have just bought with the adapter with the USB cord from Amazon, but there's this easy download that you can download to your iPad and your desktop called Simple Transfer. And it just allows you to move the file from your iPad to your desktop. Super easy. And whenever I have to convert something, I use like Cloud Converter to like convert, maybe if the video shows up in like a movie file and I want it in an MP4, I'll use Cloud Converter, which is pretty much free. So let's talk about podcast information. So if you guys know, for a while I've been using this mic. This season I decided to go out with a bang and I blinged my mic out in purple. This mic actually didn't come with the stand that I'm using, but the mic I have is called E06. £1. It actually came with its own little stand, which is super short that you can put on your desk. But the mic did come with the mic buffer cover. Well, I can't remember what's it. And then I have the MK headset. My mic stand is Amazon Basic Tripod Boom mic stand, and I blung it out for the most part, but the mic and the stand did not come together, but the whole mic piece is one. And what I did was, because of the mic stand and my mic piece, I could easily just connect it. I don't know, I'm not a tech person, but I was technical enough to be able to set this up. I have a cell phone tripod that I also use when I do my unboxings on my desk. I have a cell phone clamp that has like the long arm. I use that, and all of these products that I'm talking about is in my Amazon store, and I'll make sure I link that in the podcast. So if you guys are looking for any equipment, you can check those items out, anything that can be linked. And I'll possibly link all of the websites that I've talked about as well. I use the Silhouette Cameo 3 to cut out vinyl for shirts that I make at home, and I have the Heat Press E-Photo ink, which is also from Amazon. The printer, scanner, fax machine that I use is the Epson Workforce 7710. I was gonna use it to do sublimation, but I changed my mind. I just have this big old printer for no reason, but it does serve its purpose, but it does take a lot of ink quickly that I don't love about it. When I'm recording a video from my iPad and I don't want all of this equipment, I have two different pop mics, and it's from Pop Label. I have one that connects to my iPhone with an adapter and for the iPad, and then I have one that has like the aux that I can put in my laptop. I have two of those mics, one for Apple products and then one for my laptop. I have a power strip that is like a tower, and it has USB in there, and then also for actual cords, because I have a lot of things going on, a lot of things that need to be charged. I have that I can sit on my desk. Also on my iPad, I have the paper field protector screen, and I have a 6th gen iPad with an Apple Pencil. As far as everything that I use just about every day, those are the products. I also use my iPhone X to record sometimes, especially when I'm doing my reels, my TikToks, and my unboxings, or just when I'm putting stuff on my community posts on YouTube. For the most part, I think that is all of the tools that I necessarily use just about every day. Of course, when I have to like ship out print labels and things like that, I either use Etsy or Shopify, because those are most of the times the places that I'm printing out ship labels. But I use my printer for that. And that expensive ink. So that pretty much runs down some of the tools that I use in my business. When I first started, I did not use all of these things. Don't be discouraged and think that you need all this stuff for the longest. Like I said, I couldn't afford that license for the screen record. So I used to record my tutorials in 5-minute increments. And then I had that one label pen. It was probably $9. And I had Canva, the top 3 things that I used when I first got it started. But when I was able to afford it and make more in my business, I was able to get more products. This is like years of me being able to acquire these items. I did not have half of the stuff that I had. Like, I legit bought my iPad in maybe 2019, but I hadn't been on YouTube since 2014. So just know that it took me time to build up a list of products and services. I'm all about using things that make me work smarter and not harder. For the video shop app, before I had Descript, that's what I was using, but I also feel like I can use them together. Descript is wonderful for me because it makes me an editor with video and audio, and it just gives a cleaner feel and a look to my videos. Once you get to that point where you can start to purchase yearly, however you need to do it for your business, go ahead and splurge on that software or whatever you need. But if you don't have it right away, make a list of what you want. Make a list on how much you need to make to buy that product or buy that software and then obtain that goal and reach it. I am blessed right now because I've had products sent to me, mic covers, tools and stuff for my business. I'm definitely blessed in that sense. Always, I do tell people I have a business wish list. If there's anything that you want to donate to me, you can check out my business wish list and I'll put that here. Also on my Instagram and on my podcast, you can support the podcast by donating to it. You can also support me on Instagram. Link in my Instagram bio, you can support me there as well. Just because I know a lot of, like I said, the podcast, I don't get paid for it. So everything I do here is free out of my own pocket. I'm always open to you guys paying for ads. That's up to you. But I am going to continue to do this. I'm so excited about the rest of the season, have really good episodes playing out for you guys. And then I'm looking forward to what the future will hold. And we'll talk about that later in a few episodes. Let's get into some chit chat. We're going to talk about what I'm watching on TV, which is a lot. I have a long list. I hope you guys have watched some of these. If not, add it to your list. Get a pen and paper so we can talk about it online. Send me a message. Tell me how much you hate it, how much you love it. And I thank you for putting you on to a new series or something. Definitely, I'm still heavily into Grey's, even though I've been pretty much disappointed in the last couple of seasons, but I am this invested in everything Meredith Grey. I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick beside her and Bailey and Dr. Weber. I just have to stick in it until the end because they're my family. I am a doctor at Grace Sloan Memorial. We're stuck together. Another show that I've definitely been enjoying is 911. I love the original 911, and I do love the one that is based in Texas, which is amazing as well. This season of 911 came back with a boom. I just feel like there's always like this 1 or 2 episodes in 911, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, they are really good at bringing these stories to life that have me thinking like, dang, this really happened in real life. They are really good at that. I'm always also forever a fan of Law and Order, and I love the stories that they have been telling in the most recent series. They're really breaking the barriers with like racial discrimination and really truly telling these stories to a T. Of course, I love Detective Stabler came back, even though he's on organized crime. Olivia is amazing as always, and I'm gonna be a fan of Law and Order for probably forever. There's an airplane, so let me let it fly by. Y'all live across the street from an airplane. Something I found on Apple TV is a show called Invasion. It's like a woman finds out her husband is cheating on her, and then like the world ends. There's like this alien invasion, and the aliens have some like type of, it's weird how it like, it's the noise and things, and they just kind of like kill people. Still not sure how they got there. We haven't got that far into the episodes. I think they're on like 4 or 5 episodes, but so far it's been really good. The wife has 2 kids, and she has just been struggling with this, trying to get away, trying to save her kids, and also trying to work through her marriage when her husband was basically still texting the girl that he was cheating with, and he was gonna come home and tell her that it was over. There's training going on, obviously, because that's not a plane, that's a helicopter. If you guys are not familiar, we live near a military base, so I'm sure they're doing flights for flight hours now. Also, because I'm a big podcast listener, also as a podcaster, I listen to a lot of things on Wondery. And there was this one story about the shrink next door and a man named Marty. I listened to that with full ears. I love it. And now they adapted the film, much like Dirty John, onto Bravo. The Shrink Next Door is on Apple Plus. There's another show on Apple Plus with Octavia Spencer. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Something about tell the truth, tell the story, something. Oh, Truth Be Told. So I love this season of Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer. Really good. On the show, her name is Petty. What is it? I know she like goes into, Poppy. Poppy is like a podcaster, and she gets the word out about different crimes and things. In the first season, she got somebody out of jail, which led to one of the guys putting her in jail committing suicide in her home. The second season so far, they're talking about one of her oldest friends finding out who murdered her husband and his son. So it has been really good. And Mekhi Phifer is in this season. Kate Hudson, her husband, is played by Michael Beach. I've been watching that. Also on Netflix, of course, I watched You season 3, which was whoa. Love. Jesus, it was crazy. If you haven't watched You at all, just go binge the whole thing. I watched Lock and Key season 2, which was but I was invested. I watched the whole thing. I have yet to watch Squid Games, and I probably won't watch Squid Games. But I also just started Master of None. I'm on season 1, and I think I heard someone talking about it, so I started watching it. It's actually pretty funny, interesting. I think it's been out for a while, so I'm just kind of late. I also was late to Chicago Med, so a few weeks ago or a month ago, I binged the whole 7 seasons, and it's actually still on air. So I'm sure there's probably going to be another season, but I really fell back in love with Yaya DaCosta, and then she left this season of Chicago Med because now she's on a new show called Our Kind of People, which is pretty interesting so far to me. I love it because Lance Gross is in it as well, which his chocolate self. Of course, I'm watching Insecure. Sad that it's the last season, but excited about these storylines to see where they would go and how they would end this show. Equalizer. I was sold on season 1, and season 2 has not disappointed. Queen Latifah is a bad bitch. She is, I like sappy stuff. I've been watching A Million Little Things since the beginning of the season when their friend committed suicide and then all hell broke loose. Everybody had secrets. One of his best friends slept with his wife that had a baby who was, listen, it's drama. It is really good drama, and I'm here for it because the drama is continuing. They have not slowed down on drama in A Million Little Things at all, and the stories are all twist and tied in together. On BET, I'm watching Sisters, which I really don't love the show because the acting is so drawn out, but I can't stop watching. And then Bruh is pretty funny as well, but like with any Tyler Perry show, it's very drawn out. I was watching The Oval, but I kind of lost track. I don't know where it is, so I'll have to go rewatch half the episodes. I'm also back into watching Games People Play. Kind of sad that Lauren London has not really revised her role in the show, but I get it. She's going through a lot, but I really wish she would have stayed on this project. And as for Bravos, of course, I'm watching all things Housewives. The Potomac reunion is on, and next week we're gonna see Nicki Minaj, how she gonna tear in and read these ladies. But what is really getting me, the Beverly Hills with Erica Jane drama was good. I feel like they did not hold her accountable, but this mess with Jen Shaw on Salt Lake City, baby, it is. I just watched when the feds and in the NYPD and Homeland Security showed up. That was crazy, but it's definitely even more crazy to know that the fraud that she's committed. A lot of times I wonder, these housewives, y'all go on national TV, all of your business will be exposed. If you're doing anything faulty, I would suggest you clean it up before you get on national TV talking about you make X amount of money because the feds is watching, okay? And last but not least, I love Below Deck. Below Deck Mediterranean last season was so good. I don't like when they switch up the crews too much just because it's exhausting to learn new crew members. I kind of like the old people, Kate and all them. I'm gonna stick with it for now. I did like the sailing yacht one episode of Below Deck, but we'll see. But what I'm really excited about is Christmas movies. So Hallmark, Lifetime, any other channels that are bringing out the Christmas movies, I've already watched one recently, and I'm a little excited about seeing Kelly Rowland in Merry Little Baby because it's been a good little series every year now. I'm looking forward to that, and if you're tired of me babbling, I'm getting ready to leave you guys because I could go on and on and on about all the shows that I'm watching. This episode, hopefully it wasn't super long this week. Next week, we're back to getting into the print on demand sites, and I will not disappoint with the information for you guys. And keep watching. I have lots of unboxings on my YouTube channel to bring you guys for the rest of the year, and I'll be ordering some different products from different websites so you guys can see the quality yourself over on my YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for sticking with me. Don't forget to leave a review and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and until next time.